Okay, I'm going to attempt to demonstrate my 2014 Pro Angler that I bought on Craigslist. Thanks a lot, Red, for that. It had a problem with it. It didn't track very well. So when you're pedaling, you had the tendency to overcompensate all the time with the rudder. And I think that was one of the problems that Hobie had. In 2015, they came out with the Skeg on them. So when I bought this, I didn't realize it, and I had to come up with a way to have it track straight, so I came up with this rudder system, and that's what I want to attempt to demonstrate. So what I guess this idea is really is a Skeg rudder. It acts as a Skeg when it's in place, and you notice it tucks away also, so it's when I'm not using it, I can put it up here, I can store it, I can lay it on its side, and it is still tucks out of the way. When I get in the water, I put it down here, and really basically this is how it works. It's going to lock in place as a Skeg, but when I need a rudder, you come up here, the rudder will, I pull on this rope here, and it activates the rudder back there. So I can still, in the back here, I can still put my paddles in place on the Pro Angler. They lock in place, so it's still not in the way. I have this bar that runs across here, and I put that so I can make it stable. And then I also have these tracks here, and that's what it locks down to, are on those tracks. I can still put my H-crate in the back. I have a couple pad eyes that I can lock it down and lock my H-crate down with that. So I wanted to show what else the advantage that it has. It tracks straight. I've got another little video that I'm going to put up too of me on the water with it. Pretty simple, just showing how it tracks pretty straight, how it turns. It really turns real well. If you turn it just this much, it makes a good correction. If I turn it just this much, it's a real sharp turn. But it's two sides to it. So I have this side also, and here's my H-crate.
Move this chair.
It does fit inside there. That's where I have this bar mounted.
Move the stool.
Move the stool. Okay, well that's how I get in and out. I can still access the hatch in the back. That's why I have the cutout there for that. Then the way I have it back over here, it's easier to show on this side, a little more light. I just have a couple of ropes that I use to pull this with. So if I'm sitting down in the back, I can just leave those on there. And while I'm pedaling, I just make little corrections like this if I need to, or if I need to turn. That's what I steer with. The last time I was out, I didn't use my rudder at all. I didn't drop the rudder down at all because this basically is my rudder. Now the other interesting thing that I can do is when I'm standing, I can take these, put these in my pocket, and that gives me a handle still to hang on to grab right here and make adjustments for my drift. So when I'm drifting, casting, it's always, I think even with the Skeg, it still has a little bit of tendency with the wind to turn. So this makes adjustments, helps keep me tracking pretty straight in a little current or in a little wind. So that's how this works.
I'll just stay in your pocket.
Well, it just
It
stays
might
in
come
my
out of
pocket
your pocket.
like this.
Oh. Yeah.
I put it in my pocket like that. I was thinking of putting a loop on it or some little hook or something. I
might pull your pants down.
I don't know. But this seems to work. These lock back this way. And when I'm sitting down, I just use those. I think that's it. But the way it does work is I have these cables run through some PEX tubing that I picked up. I just used some wire straps to hold down the PEX tubing, and that kind of guides it from the inside of the kayak over here where I want it to the outside there. And then the rope comes back to this pulley right here, which I have. These pulleys can spin around in either direction, or when I'm standing up, pulleys work in that direction. So I'll just put this on here to keep it, because the first time I went out, the rope kind of get rope burn, but this keeps it from burning your fingers. I think that's it. I can't really think of anything else, but it does track really good. It turns really sharp, and I think you might be able to see that on the little video that I have on the water that will be coming up. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that I needed to think of. I think that's it. If anybody wants to know how I built it, I can maybe eventually down the road do a little video and show you every little part and how I got it, put it together, if that would work out for you. But again, it's for the 2014 and below, 2013, 12, 11 and 10s that don't have the Skeg on them. This works out really good. So that's it. I hope this is informative to you. Thanks a lot for watching.